So real quick, I wanted to ask, like, because we were talking about this Jamaica thing.
Yeah.
Explain.
Explain
right now. Yeah.
I grew up in like a very open household. Like my mom was very open about sex, very open. Like because she always said, I would rather you learn from home what to do, what not to do, than to go out, try to find out for yourself, and then someone put you in a situation that you're not prepared for. So she and her friends went to Jamaica for like a girls trip. And in Jamaica, there's a sex resort. It's called Hedonism. You can go Hedonism. You can go. I'm actually have a friend, an older guy friend who's gone with his guy friends. They go every year. So you can go as single. You can go as a couple. You can have sex anywhere in the resort. It's clothing optional. The whole resort.
I've heard of all this before.
And she was telling me that like literally her and her girlfriends were just like in the jacuzzi, and that these people were like on the poolside chairs. Yeah. They were just on there fucking like.
Wait. Hold up. I like spaced out from all that.
So
Are you
want
saying?
Me to repeat myself?
No. So you're saying, just for the listeners to cap, you're saying that there's a place in Jamaica.
They're all over. There's some in St. Pete.
So
everybody Google right now.
We're gonna talk about this off air. So wait. So you're not talking about a naked. You're not talking about a naked resort. You're just talking about a sex resort.
Yes.
So is the workers there sex workers?
In Las Vegas, there is one, and essentially they're escorts. So you pick which girls. Like, okay, so the way my friend described it to me, he's been to both Hedonism and Jamaica. I mean, Hedonism and Las Vegas, and he went to the one in Vegas, and essentially there's like a bunch of girls when you go. You pick which girl you want. That girl's with you the whole
trip.
The whole like weekend.
That's Vegas.
That's in Vegas.
So okay, so you're all right. Sorry. Now take us back to Jamaica. So now you're in Jamaica. You're in the jacuzzi. Yeah. Everybody's just fucking. It's wild in there.
Yeah.
See people on the roof going crazy.
Like it's like kind of like a water park. They're like instead of like a water slide, it's a lube slide.
I think you're being a little bit crazy.
So what happened? So now you're there. They want you to be experienced.
I don't know what they want you to do. It's just supposed to be like.
No, I'm saying for you personally.
Am I experienced?
Because you said your family wanted you to be open with sex, so they took you there.
No, so my mom just told me the story to tell me that like there are things out there like this, like so don't be naive, like you know.
So you also mentioned that you could be single and go there. How does that work for a single person?
You can go either be with couples that are there, like be recruited like a bull. Do you know what that is?
No.
Like you just auction off at a market?
So he's a cockler.
Yes. That's so you could go be that, or you could go.
But how do you do that? Do you like
my mom went when she was single, so there's other single people there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But how does it work? Does it like the guys line up like they're like a pickup basketball game and like they can kind of pick who they want? Like I want him like.
Not at Hedonism. No, you just go like there's a club on the resort. Like it's essentially like a little So you go like you could see someone, you could pick a girl to be with you and your girl, or pick a guy, or just you see a cute girl and you want to fuck her. Maybe her and her husband have an open relationship. Like most of the people that go there are very open.
All right, so like, is there like a policy where if you go single and you get no play, like you try everything, you get no play, do you get a refund or like?
It's not.
Can you hit him a thumbs down on Yammer? Like
it's not a Tinder resort. Like it's not a Tinder resort where you're guaranteed pussy. Like
Tinder.
I kind of like that though, because when you travel, like that's one of the obligations, like unsaid obligations. Like when you travel, that's what you travel for.
Like you gotta have sex.
You gotta have sex if you travel. Like
I think that is with guys most of the time, but like for ladies, do you guys go out with that intent, like
to have sex?
Yeah,
I feel like they do.
Girls, like if you go
in my bikini, I don't.
But I'm saying like if it's a girls trip.
Yeah, if it's a girls trip.
If it's a girls trip, are we gonna have sex?
Is that like no? It can happen, but do you guys go out there with the intent?
No.
Because like group of guys would go out, we'd be like,
we go
time
for
to
like
get bad,
but that's because I feel like that's all y'all think about. But like we go for aesthetic purposes.
Not us here at the Sweeterman Podcast.
Not this one. Not even guys.
Yeah, not the Sweeterman.
So now y'all wholesome. Okay.
So real quick, I want. So just talking about Jamaica. So the way we met Destiny, shout out to Destiny, is actually she reached out. We kind of decided to collaborate. I did my own independent research, and I saw that she had her own YouTube channel, right? So you still do that. Well, it doesn't matter. The thing is, on her YouTube channel, because I had to see what kind of person she was. She did a video about going to Aruba, which is like,
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
I did actually.
We did actually, because we do support.
Fuck you.
We show support.
Thank you. I'll subscribe.
But what I wanted to ask, and I know Will wanted to ask this question. All right. In this video, she describes that she hangs out with some guy the whole time.
Aaron. Shout out to Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron. Now, I wanted to ask this, and you have to be completely honest.
I don't have to do shit.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
This is an open. We
No.
don't.
Yo, Aaron was bagging.
We don't.
No, okay, but there is a story that I was a part of. Okay, so let me just start by saying I've never had a threesome. So let me dead that real quick.
Okay.
So this girl, she follows me on Instagram. This girl was like buck wild. So she lives there in Aruba. So I solo traveled to Aruba. When I got there, I was waiting for this boat to come to take us snorkeling and like all this stuff. That's when I met Aaron. He was another solo traveler. We're talking, whatever. I'm like, yeah, this is my first solo trip, blah, blah, blah. We end up going out later that night because I was like, well, fuck, I didn't have plans tonight, but now I can go out with someone else. Mm-hmm. And we meet these like 3 local people. So one of them is a bartender, the other one is like a server, and then the other one like is the captain of the boat that we were on earlier. So the girl that's a server is like on Aaron, like she's in heat. Like it was crazy. Like, and so
Teenage fever and shit.
He was like, I was like asking him like, she's on you, like, are you gonna fuck her? And he was like, I don't know. So then they end up. I
don't know.
She like he was seriously.
Okay.
He was not on it.
Fair.
She drugged him.
What?
Willingly. It was like one of those. Have you seen those? Have you seen those gas station pills that everyone talks about on Twitter?
Oh, the rhino.
So
the rhino
she had,
pill.
apparently, according to him, she had like a drawer full of them.
Holy shit!
Like that's her thing. Like she loves like
rhino pills.
Yeah. So he said they basically fucked for like 6 hours straight.
Yep.
Because it just made him like, and then
it goes crazy.
He came like, we went out to breakfast the next day and he was telling me and I was just like, damn. And then like he had to kind of avoid her the rest of the trip.
Kind of.
Because
so did you and Aaron
6 hours?
smash,
That's the whole trip.
Aaron and I didn't have sex.
Really?
I swear.
Because
why would I have sex with him after he was drunk?
Off the 6 hour girl?
Well,
I'm good for the whole trip.
First, did you just call my pussy trash? I'm like, that's what just happened.
Wait, what? Me?
You said I can't compare to
No,
he had enough for the trip.
I think he had enough for
the trip.
Like,
clarify.
No, I would never say that. Nor do I know.
I just wanted to answer for all the other listeners and all the watchers that watched that video because I thought so when I watched it. I was like,
we had sex.
Oh, without a doubt.
It just looked like the scene looked like very like.
Because you kept going.
Because you blind.
Because I think the love is blind kind of. Because you were like solo trip, then you were like first night, Aaron. Yeah. Second night, Aaron. Third night,
because it was
Aaron.
You know what? We'll put a link below so people can watch it and figure out what we're talking about.
See what it is.
So ironically, though, the picture that you guys are talking about, when Aaron took that picture of me, he showed it to the owner of the water sports company. They loved it so much. They were like, "Can we use it on our website?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And they were like, "Well, if you let us use it, you guys can do whatever water sports the rest of the time you're here." So we got to do that jet ski that goes underwater. Yeah. You hold on to it. Shit's like $15,000, and we got to do it for free.
Oh, shit.
So
we did sailboating. We were gonna go parasailing, but we opted out. We got to do everything though free. So that's another reason we were hanging out all the time because we got to do like free shit.
So
and I didn't want to just be alone eating all the time. I was like, well, fuck, you're here, I'm here, and then he was just cool as fuck.
Okay, so if you ever go back now, would you able to do all that stuff free? Because you can go go on your website.
I don't know. I'm still on the website though. ArubaWatersports.com.
Channel's plug.
You know what? Hey, we gonna take T there, and we gonna get all them shits free. We get all them shits free now.
Yeah. And then I went to St. Pete too, and it's like Woody's Water Sports. They put me on their website too. So now I'm like, that's my thing.
Jojo, write all this shit down. Write down the Hoe-ness joint. Write down the Vegas place. Write down all these places we taking tea there. We get in the bag, all right?
But literally, there's so much. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of shit out there. Like Treasure Island has sex clubs. Clearwater has sex clubs. St. Pete is known for their like swingers clubs. There's a lot. I think people are just not, you know.
I feel like not a lot of people, at least, you know, people are not always open to that until maybe later in life.
Because they're worried about the stigma
of being a hoe. I see, yo.
I see it.
I see it.
But on that, yo, welcome to the podcast. Wow. This your boy Nick from the Sweeterman Podcast, aka Anti-Hero, aka the Incredible Bulk, aka Young Socrates.
Young Socrates.
I spit that wisdom. And my co-host,
it's your boy Will, aka Mr. Potter, aka Curve Gotti.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
That's all I was saying.
I thought 16 was coming after.
No, I'm not spitting 16 this time.
It's your boy Terrence, cup of tea. You know what it is.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
You know what it is.
Hey, we got Slade, you know, working it out over there on the ones and twos, aka the Missionary Man, aka the Energizer Bunny.
Mr. Missionary.
aka Volt Boy.
Volt Boy. Volt Boy.
And in the back, we got the intern, aka J Squared.
And also known as, I guess, JoJo.
And today for this episode, we have an exciting guest, aka Destiny.
Well,
aka the baddest, aka your father's favorite.
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah, he got a second phone. It ain't a fucking job phone, bro. It ain't a business line. You feel me?
Oh
check that shit. No emails.
Yo, that's wild.
Yeah, that's a hustle, though. Man.
That's a hustle, though. Hey,
that's
that's
two phones, man. Two phones. It's the work phone.
All of our business.
It's the work.
That's the work.
What's the work? It's the work.
Hotline. It's the designated hotline. But on that, what is this? Episode 25?
25.
Episode 25.
Yeah, we out there.
We're good. Let's get it popping.
Quarter century.
Let's get it started.
Oh yeah.
Play the music. DJ man.
Shut up, bitch. Put a song vibe a little bit, you know what I mean? Get some of the vibes out here.
I hate that word so much.
Vibes?
Yes, people have overused that in the word toxic. Like,
really?
I like it more than swag. So I hate a swag.
I haven't heard that word in so
But okay, but I hate a swag.
Yeah.
I hate bet. Bet. I hate it.
You hate that?
I hate it. Bet. I hate it. No.
What do you say?
Okay.
I mean,
Alrighty.
you can also say like,
No, I don't
you also say like low key. Like, low
That's
key.
my word.
Low key.
That is my
I think
word.
low key starting to get played out a little bit.
Low key is the new no offense.
Low key's
No.
Because you know people go no offense.
Oh, like
I low key wasn't feeling that. No offense, but I didn't like what you said. Low key what you said wasn't sit right with me.
Didn't sit right with me.
I just say low key to throw shade. Like, low key. Your nigga was looking, but you know, whatever.
Okay, we're here. We're starting. So what she had killed it on the transition right there.
Yeah, I was gonna shit.
Today we want to talk about deleting Hoe-ness, right? You're gonna see it by the title. You're gonna understand like what's going on. I want to know, like, before we can even start with that on deleting something, what is a hoe? Like, can we define that? Like, we need to define once and for all right now for the world to know, on only exclusive on the Sweeterman Podcast. What is a hoe?
I personally don't think that there is a such thing as a hoe. I think it's used to degrade women who are open about their sexuality or who are not afraid to express their sexuality, and it's only used towards women. Like, I think when you ask or try to define what it is, it's just a person that enjoys sex openly, not with a bunch of people, but just they're not ashamed to talk about their sexual experiences or talk about sex. That's it.
So hoe.
So is that,
that's what. Okay.
I mean, that's something that I think too. But I think for my definition of hoe is more like I'm gonna say like someone who doesn't like.
But pause. You literally were about to say a girl.
No.
You did.
I said someone who. I
So
said
like
someone.
right before that, you were like a.
I said someone.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let him get him off. We know.
Is someone.
Okay.
It could be any gender. Is like I think that's just like very aggressive and very like. A good word I would say for it is, they don't. Kind of reckless when it comes to like certain things. Like they don't either keep it like 100 or like they just like say things to get what they want, and what they want could be that like as an underline, but then like just turn out people, like give like almost like either a rotation or like maybe possibly just doing something negatively to get what they want. Can
I explain just kind of my viewpoint real quick? Just kind of bounce off what Will just said. There's a difference, because I know she's gonna say, "Yo, y'all talking about girls being hoes." Let me tell you why. Let me explain why. There's gonna always be a double standard between a guy being a hoe and a girl being a hoe. Now, right now, you can text 10 dudes on your phone right now. 10 dudes and 9 of them will show up to this address. We've talked about this on various spots. That's like if you were hungry right now, you can eat wherever. Any given day.
Yeah.
Any given day you can eat. That's right? Now, for men, we can text 10 girls on our phone right now. Maybe one, if she's up for it, may come.
Yeah,
okay, but you're not, because you don't know how to play the game.
No. I'm not saying me.
That is.
No, I'm not saying me in general. I'm just saying a girl. If I'm not trying to, everyone's beautiful, positive vibes.
No,
but
some bitches are ugly.
Yes, they are. But look now, but a girl that is a 2 can text 10 dudes on her phone and still get 9, maybe less, or even 7. But a dude that is an average dude will still maybe get 1.
That is not true.
10. That's a fact.
It's not a fact, because I have physical friends that literally will call a girl just so she can bring him food, maybe suck his dick, and then tell her to leave.
So if 10...
Literally, like last week I got the text. Like,
so
why
if
is
10...
this bitch still at my house? I've done fucked her. I want her to go. Like...
Yeah, but she's trying to...
it's not anything else.
No.
That cancels that out right there.
Let me refute your argument.
Okay.
If 10 dudes right now texted you to fuck, how many of them would you fuck?
It depends on who texts me.
Exactly. All right, then. So I'm talking about the general basis. So, again, to my point, we have to agree, though. Girls can get dick at will anytime they really want. And majority. General. Don't say me, because I'm not talking about me.
I'm saying guys, like,
no,
not you.
They can't. No. That's a fact.
Bullshit.
No. That's not bullshit. That's not bullshit.
From my homeboys that I have, they can get pussy.
All right, you with wolves, but I'm not talking about you're giving you're giving those guys credit. I'm just saying like let's really be real. Like most guys,
I think you're giving girls too much credit. Do we have? I can prove to you, matter of fact, that I, as a single person, that I don't have that much access to dick when I want it. It's not as easy as you guys think. It's not as like, come through and give me dick. It's like,
just not putting yourself out there.
You're not putting yourself out there.
That's a personal choice.
You can't.
That's a fact. Look, but anyways, just for my argument's sake. So for guys, we are less likely to get sex when we want sex. So that's why we're not, when we get it. So when we get it, we are praised for it, because we got to take them to dinner. Right. We got to do all the gauntlets, right? What we talked about. Yeah. But for girls, you just have to go to either his crib, have him come to your crib. You get Uber dick, like you get dick on takeout.
So okay,
so that's what I'm saying. Like
okay,
so
no.
Yes, there's an app for that.
There's a level of work men have to put in to have sex.
We go through a combine.
Yeah,
we do. We go through like the NFL combine.
It can be as minimal as like maybe just like a first good impression. Like
so I don't have to shave for you. I don't have to shower for you.
If
I don't have to look good, get my hair done, nails done, make sure I'm not high maintenance, but
you'd still have a higher rate of getting the guy than if we worked out every day.
So you're saying I don't have to put in any effort. I can just get dick when I want it.
Yeah.
And if you want to do this experiment, let's do it.
If you're single and I can get dick when I want it, please go ahead and DM me on Instagram and we can test this out. I'm not gonna actually fuck them, obviously. But
Oh, then I go DM you now.
But it's not. I don't know.
This was very fail.
That's exactly.
You're speaking though, like to a woman's experience from a man's point of view. But I'm telling you, as a woman, even as a good-looking woman, a single woman, I cannot get dick when I want it, whether I put myself out there or not. I'm telling you the truth. You can do a survey, do a poll. Survey men and women. And see.
All right. I bet you because not everyone that you follow is gonna, obviously watch this podcast. I bet you to put next week 3 thirst traps on your story.
They will be.
Okay, exactly. So you don't even. I'm done with her. I'm done. This is no. So this is it. So
No.
3 thirst traps, and there will be guys that will DM you.
DM me?
Yeah.
From just thirst traps?
Yes.
So you don't get thirst traps when you post like shirtless pictures?
Nope.
You don't get thirst traps from anything?
Nope.
Maybe you're ugly.
All I get is my friends. They just text me and say stop. That's all they.
That's all
They say
Just
chill
stop
out.
doing this.
Put a shirt on, man.
Put a shirt on, man. You don't have to do this.
I'm not ugly. I'm half ugly. All right.
Medium ugly.
Medium ugly. So all right. So but that's I think so. But that's why there is that double standard there. But I think what does actually define a hoe is someone that can kind of go through people with like off the basis of pure sex. Which for guys we can separate emotion and sex a lot better than females. I think it's very true. I think girls kind of hold more of an emotion. Not all. So don't kill me for it. Because some girls are the most ruthless.
And it's like
you have to generalize because there are specifics.
Girls have become way more fucking savage these days.
No. I agree. Yeah.
We were talking earlier about like our inability to be affectionate. One of the side effects of that is I can very easily separate sex from emotion. I don't need to like be your girlfriend or be your friend or like I don't even need like I just need to get what I want from you and that's it. But how does that make me a hoe? Because I can detach myself.
I don't think it'd be a hoe if you're just
Would
getting.
Would you rather
me
blow up your phone and be like, "Why aren't you texting me back? Why aren't you calling me? Let's go out."
Some people fuck with that. Some people like that attention.
I want to send you the wave. That means come over, and that's it.
See the wave emoji?
Wave.
Oh shit! Like that.
You got it like that. That's
And
what
you're
I'm saying.
always
You got it off
outside,
the
like,
wave.
bye.
Damn,
I don't
okay.
like. I know a lot of girls actually. Now, I in that same turn of the corner, I do know girls that can't do that. That are very like.
Yeah.
They can't even separate like a friendship from like a maybe he likes me. So,
I agree, but I'm saying that's why it's hard because in this we're always gonna be like quick to pull in specifics. But like generally though, guys, if you told a random guy on the street, "Hey, let's just have sex from time to time and no strings attached," all right, but you can't go up to a girl and be like, "Yo, let's have sex." She's like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here."
You fucking weirdo.
So then, what is friends with benefits?
What doesn't work? And we've talked about it on a previous episode.
Yeah, we do. Check it out.
But yeah, so it's hard. Sometimes it doesn't break. Most friends with benefits end tragically because someone catches feelings. And it's not always girls. Guys fall for it too. So I'm not gonna say all that.
But in relation to how that ties into defining what a hoe is, I just think the fact that we can't even come up with a single definition proves that there is no such thing. It's just a bunch of like personal feelings or personal experiences, and then it's like I feel like just a derogatory word because maybe you haven't experienced it or you have had a girl that treated you wrong or a guy that treated you wrong, and now you're using that as a way to degrade someone else.
I don't think it's degrading anyone because I don't.
Okay, well let me ask you a question then.
Go ahead.
How if you're out and you see a girl, how do you know she's a hoe?
You don't.
You don't know.
So
you find out through her Carfax.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you don't know. You don't know.
Never mind.
So if you don't know, then what are you looking for? What would you see in a girl that's like she's a hoe?
It's the tendencies.
Tendencies are key.
Tendencies like what? People lie. People hide all the time.
No, you can hide tendencies, but there are some that are blatant out there. So tendencies, I guess, hoe tendencies can be anywhere from social media. Do you want to jump on their social media tendencies? Or do you want to start with like at them at the club?
You tell me.
At the
Each
club.
of you name one. Each of you name one thing that you would see a girl either out in public or on social media doing, and you would label her a hoe.
At the club, getting drinks, just finessing.
Finessing drinks.
How do you know she's finessing people for drinks?
You can see it.
You
You see
it.
it.
Yeah.
Guys are watching. We see that. We know who. We know when
she's
you walk
always
in.
there.
Okay, but literally, so I went out last week Wednesday to like a little club, I guess you could call it, and I ran into someone. None of your business. I ran into someone, and like he was like, "Oh, what's up? Like, let me buy you a drink." And then he kept buying me drinks, but it wasn't like a like he.
But as an old friend.
But if you were standing in the back, you'd be like, "Damn, she's like making this guy buy her drinks." You wouldn't even know.
Yeah, but that's a one-off.
But you wouldn't know. That's what I'm saying. You're
All right.
assuming.
All right, how many times do you?
Dead that.
Oh, no. But how many times? How many times are you talking to a guy you interested, and he posts a picture with a girl, and you immediately assume he's fucking,
What
and that could be his
girl?
cousin? That's what I'm saying.
I ask.
He's asking.
Don't know.
No, I ask. Like, oh, hey, who's that?
Like off the
He-
rip.
Off the
You can't ask that off the
You
rip.
can't say that.
Like-
Why can't I?
What if you just said just a friend?
Just friend.
Okay.
You take it as it is? Or you believe him?
It's not my job to question you. If you say
She
she's a
said,
friend,
but
then
you,
she's a
but you
friend.
did question him though.
But because I want to know, like, if she's your girlfriend, I feel like I should know that so that I back the fuck off.
All right, my whole tendency that I see a lot is I think sometimes girls will do a lot of either thirst trapping or exposing their DMs, or like they do. There
thirsty.
there are a lot of light flexes that girls will do to like show like
they got
Yeah,
that they
if
got it. Like that.
yeah.
And there are the ones out there. and-
Like what?
Hey, shout out to y'all, but y'all should use that talent to like some
Okay,
other
Dad.
marketing shit. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay, Dad.
But there are like that, or just you hear about the girl that should be like, after she's done with one dude, she's already right to the next dude, and then they have that tendency where you're like, damn, they moving quick.
Yeah.
But how do you know? Like we talked about earlier,
Tampa's small. You
women
hear everything.
will
man.
mentally detach before we physically detach.
Yeah.
So if to you, I was just with a nigga last week and now I'm with a new nigga next month, you're like, damn, this girl jumped around hella fast. But really, I've been left that nigga, and y'all just didn't know because y'all aren't with us every day. You only see what I allow you to see on social media. So you can't write a story for me, she's a hoe because I saw her with this guy. That could have been my cousin. And now this is my boyfriend. But I'm always with my cousin. And you're just like, damn, this is a nigga. But you don't know. You have no way of knowing.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Yeah. One way or another.
We're gonna find out.
But still, at that point, you've already labeled me.
Then what do you think? What do you think a hoe is?
I don't think that there is a such
she's-
thing.
There's no such thing. So you all right? So say, then you must not be judgmental at all. So
I'm
say,
not. I don't.
so say you meet a guy, and he smashed everybody in Tampa. Shout out to Tampa. If
It's small.
he's smashed,
We
and
know.
it's a small joint, so every time y'all
Small-
go
small
out,
city.
he smashed her, he smashed her, he smashed her. Anywhere you go,
I'm gonna be real with you. It would bother me because I have personal insecurities about guys having a lot of girl friends or past girls that are in my face because I know how females are.
Oh.
It can't like if there are some girls that are like, okay, that's my ex, whatever. That's me. I'm that girl that's like, that's my ex. I don't care. Like, I'm not hateful or vindictive. But there are girls that are like, I fucked your boyfriend, or like making little comments, like childish things
Oh,
like
yeah,
that
I
would
see
bother
that.
me.
I
Not
see
because
that, I
of
see
him.
no, not him,
because of how
but what if his
females
body
are.
count like 60?
His body count does not matter to me. Like,
But it's all in Tampa.
if you don't have an STD or a child, we Gucci.
Okay.
And
So
we're
you're
good-
okay with it?
Good hygiene, like
Or
we
child.
Gucci.
But you know-
Gotta take like 90% of Tampa out of here.
Because I don't deal with baby mamas. Period. Like,
I respect that.
no,
I respect that.
Respect it.
Wait,
I feel that.
hard no.
Have you ever had an instance like that before with a guy with a child?
I have dated a guy with a child. Yeah, I didn't like it because it's a weird boundary.
Okay.
Because I love kids personally, but like I can't cross that boundary because that's not my place.
Got you.
And the way I look at it, which is why I can't date a guy with kids, is I'm always gonna come last, so to speak. It's the kids,
Oh,
then
yeah.
the baby mama, whether she's like they're cordial or not.
Okay.
He has to do what she says if he wants to see his kids. Then the mom, then me, and of course himself somewhere in there. But you know, like.
Of course, he'll big himself up.
And I don't want to do that. I want to come first and then make the choice to have a child together and then work last for each other, which is why I can't have a kid also out of marriage because
So once you have a kid, it's done.
done.
He ain't leaving. He's
I mean,
staying.
he can do what he want to do, but like, I would like for us to be a family, you know.
I mean, this is the whole reason I did this.
So you're saying that you want like family, right? AKA wifey. So
Yeah.
I know you don't believe that there is a hoe, but for our term, the general term of hoe, right?
I do recognize that people have an association with the word.
Then
Just
how,
because I
okay.
don't support it doesn't mean I don't recognize
Then
it.
I guess
Pretty
what
good.
what is that
Pretty
what is
good.
that transition of like turning like a hoe into a housewife? Because that is a big term that we do throw out there,
It is.
right?
I think.
How is that possible?
Like, okay, let's say I'm having sex with a bunch of guys, but in my end goal is to be married.
Yes.
Right? I know that even though I don't agree with it, guys are not going to want a girl that's out all the time, or like even like, you know, partying all the time or whatever, like living a very fast, single, carefree life.
Yeah.
So I think to adapt to the lifestyle to attract someone who is husband material for me, like what I desire in a husband, I would need to showcase myself in another light. So I can still go out, but maybe I don't go out to the clubs. Maybe I go to just brunches, or maybe I just go to like day parties, as opposed to like in the nightclub or like just out running around.
That is true, yeah.
You just tell yourself you
But
want
see,
to grow
but
up.
okay, wait. So wait, you just said that in order to not be deemed as a hoe, you're gonna stop going to the club as much. So then, do you agree that for us, when we see a tendency when a girl's out at the club every weekend, that we can define her kind of as a hoe-like tendency?
I don't think you should, but like I said, I have guy
But
friends,
I know,
so
but
I know that.
But
they,
you
that
understand
is
that
what
that's.
they,
But you understand like that's a majority of men. That's our thought
Yeah,
process.
that's our thought
Yes,
Whether it's
I
true or not, you
understand
might.
your thought
You know what I mean?
process. Yes.
So you just like you see that and you're like proactively going, all right, I want to be wifed up and taken seriously. Let me ease back on going to the club
yes,
as much.
or more so like showcasing that like you want to grow out of the single carefree life, but without losing yourself. You get what I'm saying?
You know, yeah. It takes a lot of patience for people to.
But you have to make that choice.
Absolutely.
You like, for example, like not even to get deep, but like I was dealing with a lot of like mental health issues, and I knew in relationships that I was the problem. So instead of woe is me, I was like, let me get myself together. I started going to therapy, got really healthy, got into a relationship, and then I recognized that it's not me anymore because I've already fixed myself.
Oh, okay.
So like kind of like taking that, but in the sense of like, you know what, like this life is fun, but I'm ready to grow up, settle down, and be a wife, be a mom.
You know, you the 1%er though. We
I'm
talk
really
about
not.
that.
I'm really not.
Yeah,
I'm really
yeah,
not. I'm
100%.
really not.
Because
We don't
this is
too
the
many,
first-
We know too many people out here who still do Thursday to Sunday night things.
And this is the first time I've heard a girl, not just in general, just overall, but like I've heard like someone. It's kind of refreshing for you to go, "Hey, I'm the problem,"
Yeah,
and then you
word.
seek help, and then you resolve it. Because most
Yeah.
people don't
Well,
do that.
Yeah,
I agree.
they'll flip it, knowing that they are the problem. They'll flip it into making it the other person's problem. Like,
Yeah,
you're the reason why
and that's like-
you're the reason why I'm doing this.
That's what we were kind of, you know, talking about, like with my ex, and like me recognizing like I'm not the problem anymore, but then you refusing to acknowledge your issues. Because
Right.
it's like, if I can do it, why can't you do it?
Exactly. I feel
So-
that. I feel that so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Okay.
so based on what she just
I
said.
got corona. Sorry.
Oh shit.
Wait, what the fuck?
I know. These are allergy coughs.
Are you good?
Um.
Oh, wait, the
So-
mask and shit right now?
So okay, so you just said one of the tendencies you do is like
jeez.
that's a hoe to a wife transition. Now, the actual term delete hoe-ness, because we've gone back and forth on this, but I refuse to have us talk about it until just now. So we're finally getting this off.
I'm like,
He got real over here.
So-
You hear that?
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, Sweeterman Podcast exclusive. You can't delete hoe-ness.
Yes, you can.
It cannot.
Well, you,
Wait, that was
Be-
a group decision?
Ooh.
No. I know. We're all gonna get ours off. We're all gonna get ours off.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
He's first.
This is Nick from the Sweeterman Pod. You cannot
Nick's also-
delete hoe-ness, but you can rebrand.
Zoom in on my face.
You can
He's lying.
you can rebrand, and that's usually what happens. Instead of
Rebranding. Definitely.
rebranding is a key.
Girls
that-
rebrand all the time. All the time.
Can I just go ahead, finish your little statement?
That's it. All I'm saying is for a lot of girls to get out of that stigma, because once, say if you're from Tampa, because we're here in Tampa, you're known as like a hoe because you've been promiscuous, whatever. Not judging. I don't really care. Now,
But he's calling her hoe.
no. All of a sudden, now you move to Orlando. Nobody knows you. Find that one guy that doesn't know anything about your history. Rebrand.
Control, Alt, delete.
Yes.
Yeah.
Delete.
It's a rebrand.
Right.
That's a rebrand.
That's deleting it.
They can never
It's a
come.
rebrand.
You can never recover. You can never recover that the evidence.
Until they go, hey, let's go check out your hometown.
Right.
Everyone's dead there. No
Everybody
one
died.
Nobody dies in Tampa.
It was a terrible fire.
Carl's at the news still, saving his phone and shit.
Yeah. Or you question it, like, where you learn that from? Practice.
That is true.
That's true.
Oh, that's a good point. So guys claim they don't want a hoe, but you want a girl that's super freaky. Where is she supposed to learn it from?
Porn.
Porn.
There it is.
How's
Just
she
watch
supposed
it.
to get active practice? Because riding dick looks easy until you're on the dick.
Then practice. Here it is.
Here it is.
I am here.
Yeah, I am here.
I am in his eye.
I'm saying.
You can delete your hoe-ness. And actually, I saw a tweet. I was looking it up earlier, and it said, "If you wash your hands with gloves on, did you really wash your hands? No. So if you have sex with a condom on, did you really have sex? No. So all those bodies don't count.
Really?
All those bodies don't count.
You
All
go by
those
that.
bodies.
You go-
Delete all of that.
Delete all to the trash
All the
can.
trash.
Never
So
happened.
you'd be okay with? Would you be okay with that? If someone you
If
knew,
someone said
if you
that
were like
they-
in a monogamous relationship with, and they just had sex, but it was with a condom.
Not cheating. I don't condone cheating. I don't support cheating.
No, but it's not cheating though.
That
'cause
is
he-
cheating.
But
had
if he didn't
condom
have,
on.
sex, he had a condom on.
You're
He didn't-
entertaining another female enough for her to open her legs for you. That's cheating.
But he texts you right after.
He texts me right after.
You're right after.
Okay, laying in bed naked, nothing happened.
That happens.
But no, but
Yo, there are men out here who literally just like wake up like if nothing happened. For real.
that's true.
Dead ass.
I hate niggas so
Yo,
much.
it's sick though. Alright, I'm the most like.
So
All
hold
of
up.
you.
But you say you never cheated.
No.
Okay, so we can't even ask you this question because I want to ask like, have you ever felt that guilt like the next day? But you obviously don't because you've never cheated. So
I don't. Because I've been cheated on, I could never cheat on someone because that is like a
Yeah.
different type of pain. Like,
It's different.
Sure.
Interesting. But that is semantics though. If you're wearing condoms, you're still a hoe. Like you can still be a hoe.
Yeah, so
It's still
Okay.
So
it's still doing
okay, go ahead. T. Can you delete Hoe-ness?
can you delete Hoe-ness? I just choose to forget about it, honestly.
a man. A man.
I'll know it's there, like in the background. Like sometimes, like you could just be walking past me naked. I'm like, damn, she beautiful, but then I'll just be like, yeah, she fucked who?
Who? What?
But
Where?
in the back of my mind, like it's kind of like if
I
she's
feel
with
that.
me. I guess she's with me.
Yeah.
But there'll still be times when I'm like, damn, like I know
She was in the
did that.
streets.
She's in the streets. So
But where
you
were
can't really delete it, but it's
Oh,
just
You're
it's,
equally in those
just
we will
think
all
not thinking about it.
I was waiting for at home too. Yeah.
with Bibles studying.
No, just learning and trying to better myself as a human being.
Right. But
So you just repress your feelings.
You repress
Yeah, I
your feelings,
repre-
so
yeah. If it's really worth it, like if I knew,
See what men have to do.
See what happened, dude.
like if I knew someone was worth it, but they've been a hoe in the past, like I gotta weigh my scale. Like, you know,
But like my thing is like, who are you? Like who are you to like judge anybody? Not you. Like
I mean,
who
but-
are
Yeah, I
you?
know what you're talking about.
Like
yeah,
who
yeah.
are you to be like, she's not wife material, she's a hoe? Like that's what I think. More women so that the word, because men are so quick to label women hoes, and it does like hurt. I'd say not me because I really don't give a fuck
Right.
unless you're signing my checks. But like.
That's a fact.
It's like women, you have to learn your worth so that a man can't define you by the word
But
hoe.
you know, but I don't
Like,
even think so because girls have combated that in the last 5 years. Fuckboy has probably been the top trending word of choice
For the decade.
for the decade.
Yeah.
Honestly, for this last decade,
Yeah.
that has run longer
has
than hoe.
raised a
Anyways,
lot of
so like
awareness.
that has probably like kind of equalized the playing field. I think.
I agree.
There's years to
I
catch
agree.
up, but I think the term fuckboy has been thrown around so much
I do
that
too.
it's probably caught up to like whatever the hoe was created.
Yeah,
Like, it's,
the first,
No.
the
Ridiculous.
first hoe was created.
Hoe's been around forever. Like
it's been around forever, but just in this generation alone, like that word has been thrown around so much.
Yeah, we're oversensitized with it.
But do you think fuckboy has like a more?
It has
Which
more,
one has
it,
like more harsh meaning or more weight to
fuckboy,
it?
without a doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But if someone calls you a fuckboy, it's kind of like, dang, like, do you like really like know like what you talk to me when you say that kind of shit? Like, you know how that makes me feel?
Exactly.
Fuck your feelings.
But you want me to go to hoe, but now my feelings, but fuck your feelings. Yeah. But okay, so let me get my point off. Kingsley, Hoe-ness, no, but I don't really care if a girl has a past when it comes to that, because like I said, we're all human. You know, we all do what we gotta do, and I feel like it's actually healthy to have that. Like, you kind of like know what you want. You don't know what you want unless you do it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So you know. So then from there, but the only thing that gets me like really upset is like when your past haunts you. And what I mean by that is like, let's say we're going out to eat or whatever or something, and now the waiter is like a man you smashed like in 2011. So now the guy that was like on you.
2020.
Huh?
2020.
It's random. It's really random. I'm not putting personal experiences, but anyway. So yeah, and like now, like fucking Michelangelo is like creating the pizza in front of me, and he's like winking at her.
And he's smirking at me.
And he's smirking at me.
But
so
that's like, you can't. How can you blame her? Like,
and you know, I don't. But I'm like, but that's what I don't like. How like
it bothers you.
It bothers like, because like whatever. Fuck this guy. Cool. And you don't care about him, nor do I. But just having like him, just thinking that he had it at one point, irks me.
Is it like an ego thing or like a kind of like? Because for me, it's like if I'm in a room.
I say it's an ego thing.
But look, but I think the thing with girls, like for guys, I'm looking at like, yo, I'm treating her as wifey. Like, this is wifey,
100%.
And he probably was getting her off with the
off the
DM,
off the doggy.
Yeah, off
no
the
face.
Are you upset that you had to put in more effort?
No. I'm upset that he got it off like that and got the bounce. But she's my wifey.
So
like I cherish her as a queen. Yeah. But he hit it as a one piece.
That's what I'm saying. Now she knows her worth and isn't gonna accept.
I know that. I know that. Yeah. But it still has our ego, like our ego.
And that's probably my ego talking. That's probably my ego talking.
Like just like how T said, he don't want to think about it because it's like that's wifey. But
like to me, I think it's more like, as a woman at least, when I am in a room or something like around someone that's had sex with my man, to me that's like a power thing, because she feels like she has power over him. Like if she, doing like little petty stuff like looking at me or like
I had that shit.
Yeah, like it's like a power thing. But again, it's like if I'm with you, like, bitch, fuck you. Like, this nigga is treating me like a queen. Yeah. Like, fuck any kind of thoughts you have, because while I'm over here living rent free in your head, we're about to go to the house that we just bought together with our cute little kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at some point you have to outgrow that where they are mentally, because they're still down here and you've elevated and now you're somewhere else, and it's honestly just jealousy at that point from them, not from
I don't want to dive into this topic because we'll be here for 5 hours.
Okay.
But I feel like girls, for you guys, you hold more value into keeping that relationship going.
Yeah.
And that's so for you to outstun another girl that smashed one time is, yo, I'm still with him, motherfucker. Like, but for guys, we take more pride, not all of us, but we all take pride in like, yo, I bagged. So,
absolutely.
So for us, like, even just looking, like, say in my perspective, if I see a dude wifing up a chick that I bagged real easy, I'm just gonna be like, yo, look at this clown. Like, yo, he's taking her serious, and that's a toxic thing. You know, we're trying to clear up everything. But we will laugh, and T will point and be like, ha.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But we're like, he likes her. You know what I'm saying? But like that's that. I think that's why it's
not
different.
A power thing for us. It's more of like, it's like, damn, like.
Yeah, so I don't want no one to do that to me where they're like, you dating her, man? That was my easy.
That was my side thing.
Yeah. I think that goes back to like just double standards.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a double standard. I don't think it's gonna be shifted or changed for a long time.
Anytime soon. Trying to work on it.
True.
Work on yourself.
So T.
I knew this would come up.
Just a quick transition point, because that was a really good topic, and we definitely did for hours. But T, I know you skipped out on a couple of our pods, and the fans want to know.
People need to know.
Fans want to know. So
T,
need to know. What is one of the wildest like sex story? One of the things that you've gone like furthest for, like to have sex.
The furthest thing. So the backstory, why are we even talking about this? There's a pandemic going on right now. Okay?
There's a pandemic, yeah.
You know, toilet paper is running out.
Yeah.
Water's running
all
out.
time low.
I had to
All-time
literally,
low.
my coworker had to bring me some.
Dang, for real? That's
Exactly.
Yeah, it's bad.
Dang.
Exactly. It's getting real barbaric out there, but you still need needs at the end of the day. You're still human. So this came back, maybe it was a few years ago. There was another serious matter at hand. Not a pandemic like this, but there was something serious going on.
What?
So it was major. It was like this weather. It was weather going on, like
A hurricane?
maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Oh, man.
People were scrambling.
Okay, I'll follow.
People were
Okay.
scrambling.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
People
So-
going nuts. Okay.
I was actually with Nick.
Nick was
I was with Nick.
everywhere. What's going
I
on?
was being with Nick with the day, and we were actually being real humble citizens, helping out people.
We were.
They needed sandbags, so we was getting sandbags,
We
helping out the
did.
community.
Yeah, we
'cause we're
volunteered. They needed sandbags because natural disaster was coming.
Natural disaster.
So me and T, just being the good citizens that we always said, you know what, let's go up there. We're strong, and we started carrying everyone's bag like sandbags to the car.
Right, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, I still need to get some shit off. So
Thanks about pussy when they're getting sandbags.
For the elderly.
For the
though. We're helping
elderly.
So
Because they
you
can't
like
live.
elderly pussy?
No. We were just being good Samaritans.
Yeah,
Like we were
Those
like,
Pringles
good
was getting him. Because-
So you like, oh. Shout out to all one out there. Love y'all equally. For real, bro.
So the thing is, this was in, we were here in Tampa, in the local area, and then this person, we were evacuating. People were leaving, so it was getting farther and farther away, my destination. But the thing is, I still had to make the drive, so I drove all the way to where this person was. So you got to think, I was getting my bag, had the R&B going. I'm thinking, it's about to be a nice night.
and with all the evacuation shit, he had to find a route, so he had to ask Will because Will knows all the routes.
Oh, he does. I had to make it there in a pretty good time. So I asked my
How
man
far
Will.
how far did you have to drive? Like a state?
Nah, it wasn't a state. It was
Within
a
the state of
mid-state.
Florida?
It was within the state of Florida. It was at least like 60 miles.
But you wasted your natural disaster gas for some.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
like
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Wow.
You gotta think, there was no gas at gas stations, but I was like,
he was on E the whole time.
I
He
was
still
on
was
E,
going for
but
it.
I was still going.
Damn.
I was still
He's
going.
like, I don't give a
Was
fuck.
it good?
He
Was
put
she
it-
like ready?
So that's
She
not even
ready.
that's not even the more the
Just tell me the purpose of the
thing. The
story.
thing was, I actually really liked this person, so it
Aw.
didn't even pan out. But that was like the craziest thing I did. It was just
What do you mean? Go ahead.
Okay.
that's how it was. Though.
Okay,
I mean,
so now
at the end of the night, it didn't happen. But that was the craziest.
that was
thing.
that was a wild.
There was a
moment.
But to be in think about it, being a natural disaster and be like, I only have this tank of gas to possibly survive.
Yeah.
To then go,
To
fuck
then
it,
go,
I'm gonna use it all.
just use it.
I'm gonna use it all.
It's pretty wild, bro.
It's wild.
This at least-
You know the next time you get the gas.
Bro, that's the whole tank down and back. Like,
Oh,
so once you get home, you just stuck. Like,
Yo, this man's like
Yeah.
find the fucking wind and his car's shifting around. He's like, this dude's over here like trying to get there.
it was.
You're annoying.
all right.
That's how it is.
And she's talking about you. And we're back. So all I want to talk about, because we were talking about turning a hoe into a wife, wifey material. But also just because I know most of y'all girls are going, we ain't hoes. Guys are going, we ain't fuckboys. You're not. But we want to talk about the girls that are, girlfriends or potentially boyfriends. What are characteristics that make you go from girlfriend to wifey? Right? We'll start with the girls, for us guys' perspective first, and then we'll jump to Destiny about what she needs maybe in a hubby. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just for both perspectives. And y'all want to take a
I'm
shot?
gonna go first. Key characteristics for me, a huge one is a lot of communication and a hell of a lot of understanding. That is like,
That you said understanding too.
yeah, understanding is very essential for me. Not everybody is cookie cutter, not everybody comes from the same background. Everyone has different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So for you to take that to the next level, for me taking you to the next level, you gotta at least understand where I'm coming from. Maybe not get it, but at least understand enough so we can either build from that, or we know there's other boundaries, and then maybe from those boundaries, either break those, or that's going to just make us who we are and separate. But yeah, a lot of communication too, and that comes with the understanding.
I like that. For me, key is probably like being family oriented.
Oh yeah.
And just not even just with your family, but like our internal family. Like we got to move as a unit. We got to make plans together. You can't just be out here applying for this job or thinking about moving.
You're not even talking about like your mom's or her family. Like you're talking about you and her as a family.
Yeah, as a family, we got to be on one accord.
Yes.
So you know what I mean. So we got to just have plans, kind of know what we want, and push for that. So like if you don't really have that mindset or goal, I'm kind of like, well, what are you here for? You're not really permanent. So
that's fair.
And I feel like you start to know when a guy is like actually thinking about shit like that when he starts asking your financial plans. Like, what are your financial goals? Because that is key.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You
That's
know?
how I can tell if like a guy is like a boy still or a man. If he's like, what's your credit score? What are you trying to do? Like, what do you have saved? Because I can see that like he has goals too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. So is that it for you?
Yeah.
For me, I mean, just to piggyback off both y'all, because both y'all had good points. I mean, obviously financial. We got to be on the same goal. We got to be the same team unit. I want like a Jay-Z, Beyonce, like powerhouse. Like we're gonna build a business together. Like our financial goals got to be the same. Like I can't be the one saving up to buy a property while you're out here buying bullshit.
Bags.
You're buying bags. Like no, you need to grind with me. You need to keep it hard and like hustle with me. That's one. And loyalty. You gotta be loyal to me. You know what I mean? And then I think empathy, like kind of what Will was saying with understand. Like I've learned like through time, like you have to have empathetic. Like you might not understand why I do what I do, but you have to try to. Like yo, he's not okay with this. Why? Like you have to try to adjust. Willingness to change. I guess.
Willingness to change. Absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good.
That's a bar, but I mean it's true though. You learn like because most people kind of stick with this is who I am.
And you
take me for who I am, and then like that's bullshit. Because if I compromise for you, you got to change.
Yeah.
So I think those are the keys, ladies.
Got any?
Go ahead,
Yes.
Destiny Free.
So for me, mine would be, and I try to take something from each relationship and see how I don't want to bring it into a new relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I would say, off my last relationship, trust is a big one. I know a lot of people struggle with trust and communication, but we gotta like work on it together. A big, huge one that I've had to learn the hard way is friendship. I can't just be your girlfriend. Like I need to also be one of your best friends because that's how you build trust with someone. Also compromise and just communication. Like I don't ever want to not be able to come tell you something. So. Yeah.
But I know we talked about it off.
And hold it against me.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, don't fucking hold it against me.
I hate when people do that. I hate when people do that.
Yeah, I'll get that shit.
I think if you hold a gripe towards me on that, either let it go. We just ain't gonna be able to work.
Yeah, because if you go hold that over my head, like you know, there's a problem here, and it's not me.
And another thing for me is like a doer. Like it's great to be like have all these goals, but if you haven't completed anything.
What's that report card look like?
Yeah.
What you doing?
You need you got to see that 5-year plan, and you got to see every year what steps have you made. But I think for girls, like I think just naturally you want to find that guy that kind of is building that career, building that support, like because obviously girls hold their own in this climate, but I think it's like a natural. You want your man to be like
a provider,
right?
Yeah.
So you want to push him towards that and be like, yo, you can't just be like on the couch chilling. Like,
but I'm also like I was saying earlier, I'm like a traditional person, so I think like the man should take care of the household. However, I'm not saying the wife should be like stay at home, or if that's what y'all want to do, fine, but you have to both bring something to the table. It can't just be him, because then if something was to happen, what are you going to do?
Facts.
Yeah. You can't find happiness in somebody. You have to find happiness in yourself.
It should be like each like you guys mesh together instead of like him just doing everything or her just doing everything.
That poetry slam.
I mean, keep it real. A lot of women like emotionally carry a lot of men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of men are expected to be financial, but like a lot of women
Oh yeah, okay.
have to
Yeah,
carry
yeah.
men emotionally.
Right. No, sorry.
Yeah.
That's where that term comes, where like the guy will say, "You take care of me, I take care of us."
Yeah,
So you take care of me emotionally, I'll take care of everything else.
works for me.
Steve.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, motherfucker.
Geeking and shit.
Listen, every day, how you feeling? Good. I need this. I need this.
I'm dead.
But shit. One thing we like to do, or what we started doing, is like every month we want to talk about the stars. Shout out to our Neo Sohos. We definitely do this for y'all. Like. And just get in tune with the zodiac signs, where the stars align, the sage is right.
Where the sage at?
Sage is right.
So for this segment, we want to talk about Pisces. If y'all don't know what Pisces are, they're the little fish. We're actually going to talk about this because we actually had a friend had a birthday. Happy birthday, Steve. So we kind of what we're going to do is we're just going to talk about a few of their characteristics, and then just for the record, she just admitted that hoes do exist.
Hoes do exist.
Prove it.
Anyways,
All right.
so for Pisces right now, I'm gonna just kind of list off some of their characteristics and let's just see if we agree, right? So for Pisces, you guys are impressionable amongst the 12 zodiac signs. So out of them, you're the most impressionable, which means you guys are deeply empathetic. Let's see, deeply empathetic. They often exhibit a gentle, patient nature, but one that is in want of inspiration. All right, so they're deeply affected by and completely absorbed in the environment.
Or the Bucks.
So we have a friend. I don't know if he's is he our only Pisces friend? He might be my only Pisces friend.
Yeah. Nah, there's a couple, but he's the one that stands out the most.
But do you think he's empathetic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
How? I don't think he's empathetic at all.
You don't think so?
No, I be telling him my problems and he don't care.
He does care. He doesn't care for you. He's like, wow, that does
Girl that dated a Pisces, what do you think? Are they empathetic people?
Yes.
Okay.
He was very much so a very sweet, gentle, human. Just very kind.
Very
Nice.
kind.
But that's not. It obviously didn't work out because you don't like that, though.
You like the mean type.
I loved it. We're friends now.
We're gonna talk about this on another episode.
Talk about another episode.
Befriending an ex.
How about
Ooh.
not giving someone energy over you?
All right. No energy.
Oh my god.
All right. Pisces adapt well to their circumstances, both good and bad. They're generous, they're positive natured people with deep sense of kindness and compassion. So they're highly in tune with everything around them, including their feelings of others. I think so. I agree. We have a friend, shout out Steve, very positive guy.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
But
the Bucks are losing.
If the Buccaneers are losing, he's crazy.
He's crazy, flips tables.
But he's very compassionate.
He says no tip.
Yeah, he's a very compassionate
no
guy. He's he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He's
So,
very sweet right now.
but that kind of goes inside with your ex-friend guy.
Yeah, so he was very generous. He actually bought me a really nice custom rose gold ring.
Wow, this is
Promise ring or
promise.
promise ring?
Yeah, let's call it
What do
promise.
you
Promise.
But I don't know about the whole what did it say?
Knowing your environment.
No, he did that, but positivity. He was not positive.
He wasn't positive.
He was woe is me kind of person.
Oh.
Everything happens to me, but I don't want to fix my environment.
Victimizing.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a victim. But his situation was very easily fixable.
It usually is.
Yeah.
It usually is. Let's see.
Rose gold, that was pretty cool though.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
lit.
it was
That's pretty
beautiful
lit.
ring. Beautiful.
So a Pisces, they're socially popular because of their easygoing and likable manner. That's easy. Steve's the fucking mayor of Lando. Yeah, Lando Lakes. Yeah, shout out to Steven. Yo, he's very popular. Everybody likes him. Everybody in Tampa, whenever they see him, they ain't got nothing bad to say about him.
No.
He's probably the most easygoing guy.
Yeah.
I concur with this.
And he knows everybody too. For somehow, some way, because we'll be going to somewhere like Atlanta, and it's I know that guy.
Yeah.
We're in Atlanta. How do you know this guy? This is your first time out.
He'd be I went to his kid's bar mitzvah.
What's his bar mitzvah?
Yeah, it's
We did
crazy.
It was great. What the fuck?
Let's see. Pisces are not typical people. They're too idealistic and practical for everyday run-of-the-mill living, right? So they're sensitive, and then they're instinctually rather than bookish or mechanical.
That's
Wait, what?
true.
Which is true because I don't think Stephen reads. I think
Rephrase that.
no, like
Don't
they're
do that.
bookish and mechanical. Like Steve isn't the type to sit at home and read, but he's like
Yeah, he does.
he's like impractical in the sense that he like
He reads sports blogs.
yeah he'll like come out and like he'll like work out with us and hang out with us. He's just chill vibes.
So he's like adaptable.
Yeah, like he goes with the flow though. That's the thing.
Yeah, he goes with the flow.
He's never the type to go, yo, I ain't gonna do that. He'll always take one with a team and rock with us. You know what I mean? So, I mean, definitely cool. I don't know. There's a bunch of loyal, family oriented, kind and giving. So like, yeah, AKA Pisces are like really cool people. We haven't exposed their zodiac signs yet.
What's yours?
Mine's an Aquarius because we already talked about it
Yeah.
a couple episodes ago. Aquarius and Pisces get along very well, and that's probably why me and Steve get along that well because we just like I'm like a water and he's like a fish, so he like swims
Just
in
swim-
pause.
Pause. Yo,
But-
fucking
Yeah,
pause.
So
Swim where?
Is water gay now?
No. Wait.
I say swim in, but look, it don't matter.
Swim in me.
So that's what. but
That's
yeah.
hilarious, yo.
I mean, but that's it from my tip on anything. So yeah, so I think we've resolved it, guys. We cracked the case here again, exclusive at the Sweeterman Podcast. You cannot delete Hoe-ness.
Cannot delete your hoe.
You cannot delete the Hoe-ness. We found you major keys on how to turn that girlfriend into wifey, but you guys got to stick to it. Don't do that pretend shit anymore.
Yeah.
All right, we're tired of
You have
it.
to grow
You got to actually really try and learn. There you go. You heard it
Take
first.
accountability.
Ooh,
Gotta take
that's the
accountability.
word of
Accountability.
2020.
For
Accountability.
your own
And
actions.
own your actions. Own it.
And love yourself before you try to love someone else.
Please do.
It's a struggle.
Don't be extra toxic, pumping your juices everywhere.
Ooh. Whoa.
Whoa.
Your toxic juices.
Oh, okay.
You can pump your pussy juices everywhere. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, I was like, okay.
I was like,
I'm good. Any last words on y'all?
Hey, wash your hands.
Wash your
yes,
hands.
yes,
And
yes.
get tested. Not just for the coronavirus.
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
yeah.
We believe in wholesome testing and making sure you're A-okay to do anything that you want to do.
Blood test.
Exactly.
Not test.
All right, well,
Both tests.
Well, we'll put a link in the description or something.
Hey, but we want to. we want to thank Destiny, aka the 1%er,
AKA
right?
1%.
Yeah, 1%.
the 1%, for coming out here with us today. You had a good time. It was
I
good.
did.
It was dope.
Thank you.
So definitely check us out. We'll definitely put our YouTube on there because you have to. Yo, if you watch it, she did smash Aaron.
I did.
We're gonna do a poll.
Yo,
We're gonna jump on this
Yes, do a poll.
We're doing
because
polls.
I think
We're
so.
doing polls.
On
I'm
that
never
note,
gonna tell. I'm telling you the answer is no, but
she
Fair
did.
enough.
Aaron, if you're out there and you're listening, please.
Please.
At least DM us and give us a
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Tell us.
At the Sweeterman Podcast.
At the Sweeterman Pod. We're on
Spoil.
Spotify. If you're on Spotify and you want to see the visuals, you want to see what Destiny, aka 1%, look like, check us out on
I'm
YouTube.
bad.
The 1%.
Bad.
The 1%.
1%.
Good pod. Good pod. What you think? You good?
That's fire.